get to it.
Or we could do that, or do women control relationships through sex?
Let's do that, because I definitely don't agree with that.
Yeah.
You think that?
Damn right I do.
Okay. Well. Let's go.
Welcome to Be That Way.
Be That Way.
Where we talk about today's current issues and affairs and all that stuff. I'm Novell. This is...
What is this head nod thing?
This is
I'm
Betsy.
Betsy. Thank you.
So, we're going to get right into it. This is our video series where we're talking about dating and relationships. And today we are talking about, do women try or succeed to control relationships through sex?
Absolutely not.
And the answer is hell yeah.
Absolutely not.
Because that's what they do.
Absolutely not. I don't see how any man...
Before we get into this, like and subscribe. You know, it really helps the channel. And by all means, tell your friends. Sharing is caring. You know, let everybody else know what we're doing and have a good laugh with us.
Because we're dropping gems in this thing here.
We are. We're dropping gems in this
We're dropping gems. And just topics for conversation, you know, light conversations so that we can actually get the conversations going and kind of reevaluating some of our relationships, because I think there are some very dysfunctional things happening in society right now. And I think this is partly because we're not talking about these things. Like, we have people like this one over here that's thinking that women are trying to control relationships with sex, and that's not a thing. Well,
so let's go ahead and you go ahead and put your viewpoint out there, and I'll tell you where you're wrong. I'll tell you how off base you are.
So the bottom line is that I think at a certain age, men are no longer driven by their sexual desires, because literally, we're 40 years old now. The guys I'm dating are going to be in their 40s, almost 50s, if not 50 already. Sure. And at this point, they're not driven by physical needs and desires, because their libido has already gone down anyways. You know, their balls have dropped as well. And, you know, it's just everything is just
saggy balls.
Saggy
We're always back
balls.
at the saggy balls.
Yeah. Saggy balls. And I mean, of course, you receding hairlines, you know, just, you're not even that attractive anyway.
Receding hairline have to do with libido?
I'm just saying, all of that plays into it, is that you are not a sex pot anymore. You're really not. And you're looking for somebody that you can actually have a conversation with now. You're looking for somebody that has content and has good quality manners and morale. You're not looking for the sexiest woman.
I think a lot of guys out there are looking to dig it out in their 40s.
If they can get it up. I mean, at this age, you can't
why do you assume that guys in their 40s can't get it up? Huh?
I know a lot of my female friends are their sex drive is a lot higher than the male counterparts. Like, literally.
Yeah, so that must mean that the whole population is...
I'm just saying, I don't know many men that have the same level.
Who are you dating?
I'm not.
I mean, golly. I mean, every time I talk around, the guys that you're talking about are old, decrepit. All they can do is stand up without falling down and losing consciousness.
They're not.
Damn.
They're not old and decrepit, but I don't believe they have the same sex drive that the 40-year-old women do. Okay. Of course, because of 40-year-old women are in their prime, 20-year-old men are in their prime sexually. That's a common thing. Most people know that. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. But what you did when you're in your 20s is not what you do now.
Was that, were you looking for a response?
No, I'm just, that's the end of the statement.
Yeah, you like to put a lot of statements out there. And because I don't call you on it, you just keep shoveling them out there. Oh, but that's okay. You know, because you're entitled to your own opinion.
State your point, sir.
My point is that women, since 13, 14, 15, when they become sexually active, or whenever they become sexually active, that they try and control the relationship through sex.
How are they controlling it through sex? Are you telling me that they're rationing it out to you? Is that what you're saying? They're withholding it?
I think that women try and, you know, they know that guys are driven by sex. They know that they are. They're visual creatures, and they're driven by sex. So they know that first of all, if they look good and they're titillating, guys are going to approach them. It's as simple as that. That's how you attract a guy. You look good to them, right? It's the best way. Then after that, the next thing is to give them what. Okay, I'll put it to you like this. There are a lot of women, once you get married, that it does get rationed out.
So you're talking about
and once
a
you get
different
into
thing.
a long relationship, it gets rationed out.
Marriage is a different situation. That definitely is different. But maybe it's because I'm not eye candy. I'm soul food. So I don't even attract those that want that sweet tooth. You know what I'm saying? I do attract the men that actually want something that's worth it. And they're not even thinking about sex.
So the guys that you're dating don't want to sleep with you? Is that what you're saying?
They enjoy my good conversation and my bubbling personality.
I'm sure they do. That doesn't answer the question, though. Do they want to sleep with you?
They will if it comes to it.
Oh, so they're just a willing participant in just something that just kind of floats on in.
Yeah, they will if I get.
Babe, we don't have to have sex ever. No. Let's just talk and hold hands.
That's absolutely true. Yes, they're not in it for the physical. I don't have that thing that makes people want to be like, you know what? I want to put my dick balls deep in her. I don't think I have that thing. I think guys think of me as like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like old girl. And she's good people.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something. This is what is kind of highlighting how women just kind of look at a situation like a relationship and all of that stuff. We've got a woman here who thinks that guys aren't thinking about sex because they're in their late 30s, 40s.
I'm talking 40s and 50s now, sir.
Even 40s and 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guys are thinking about sex.
Not as much as women are. Not as much as a 40-year-old woman.
I can't speak for women.
Yes.
But I know that guys.
Guess who can? This girl.
Right, but you're saying that you can speak for women, but you're trying to put out there that guys aren't looking for sex.
I'm saying not from me. So I can't really necessarily say that they're doing that for everybody.
Yeah, they're looking for sex. Guys really enjoy sex.
No, sex is, I can understand it's enjoyable, yes, but I don't think they're on the prowl like they were when they were in it. Like you said, you're not at the same state. You're not into quantity anymore. You're into quality. So
sure.
Now they're looking for somebody that is of a certain status and of a certain type of, demographic and all that other good stuff. They're
sure.
looking for those things. And then those things are attractive and then will be attracted to them. But it's not about, getting it in like you keep wanting to say. It's more so about, hey, I enjoy this person. I really enjoy their company or whatever. And when we get to that point, we'll get to that point because, some people actually hold out and save it for a meaningful, intimate type relationship versus just digging in.
Yeah, there's merit to that. I'm sure. But what I'm saying is that once you get to the point of getting physical, they want to get physical.
Not all the time.
What? I'm talking about outside of some type of medical problem where they can't. If they are
old age is a medical problem.
So 40 is old age? Is that what I'm hearing? That's a question.
I mean, I don't know. I think so.
I don't know how you could sit here and think that guys aren't thinking about sex.
No, they are thinking about it. They just can't do it.
Who are you dating?
I'm saying these saggy balls. I don't know. I'm not dating anybody.
So guys in their 40s. So let me see if I got this right. Guys in their 40s just flat out can't get it up.
They can, but not as often is what I'm saying. Not as often as a woman in her 40s wants them to. That's what I'm saying.
And
or they just don't want to do it that often.
And you're basing that on what?
Maybe I'm just not that chick then. Maybe I just don't do it for them. I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't understand how you don't understand the concept that guys want to have sex.
They do want to have sex,
they just as
not as much. Not as much is what I'm saying.
As much as what, a 20-year-old?
No, as much as a 40-year-old who is in their prime.
That's what I'm saying. A 20-year-old, you're saying a 40-year-old guy just doesn't want to have sex as much as a 20-year-old.
40-year-old woman. They don't want to have sex as much as a 40, because if the guy's 40, he's dating a 40-year-old woman. 40-year-old women want sex all the time.
That's what I'm saying. What are you basing that on? That guys just don't. Like, what are you basing that on? It
is a biological fact that men are not as sexually active at their older age as women are in their older age. Women, of course, In their 30s. That's why the younger guys always want cougars. They always want cougars because the cougars always want a lot of sex. Guys can't keep up with that. Older guys cannot keep up with that. Generally speaking, older guys can't. There are some exceptions to the rules, yes. But generally speaking, no, the older guys got to take a break. You know, hey, look, I'm not how I was in my 20s. That's the excuse. I'm not like I was when I was in my 20s. Yes, I know.
So guys have said that to you?
No, I saw on TV.
There we go. There we go. Let's base our worldviews on television, TV.
I can read it on the internet. I guarantee it's on the internet.
And if it's on the internet, it must be true.
It's true.
It must be true.
It is facts.
Yeah,
it's straight facts.
Yeah, you are hanging around with some guys that are wet noodles.
Oh, they're limp noodles, all right.
Yeah, you need to find some guys that are a little bit more virile.
Oh gosh, why would I want to do that?
Yeah. You need to find some guys that are a little bit more interested in, you know,
getting it in.
Sure.
No, I'm good with that. I'm good.
You need to find a guy that's manufacturing firm consistently. I'm just saying.
Okay. Bottom line is we know.
Oh, here's another here's another fraudulent fact that Betsy's about to put out there.
The correct term is alternative facts. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So if you're gonna throw these words out here, use big words that are in huge words from the most intelligent schools of thought.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, bottom line is, do you not agree that women's sexual maturity hits a peak at 40? Do you not agree with that? That women's sexual peak. Have you never heard this before?
Medical science says this, so it must be true.
Okay. And so with that being said, when have you heard that the male reaches their sexual peak?
Somewhere in their late teens, early 20s.
Okay. So would that not also mean that when the older women are hitting their peak at 40, the men at the same age, 40 years old, are not at their peak anymore? They have now gone on the decline.
Okay.
All right. That's all I'm saying.
But that still doesn't mean that women have more of a sex drive than guys.
What do you think that means?
It just means that guys don't have as much of a sex drive as they had when they were in their 20s. That's all it means.
Oh, semantics. I like that. I like that.
If I was a guy and my sex drive was 20 in my 20s, and a woman's sex drive was 18 in her 40s, and mine has declined to 18 or 17, I'm still in the pocket. I'm still ready. Yeah.
I just happen to not agree.
You don't agree that guys can have a healthy sex drive in their 40s?
No, they can be healthy, but it's not as prevalent, as high as a 40-year-old woman. No.
Well, I guess the only way that you can figure it out is research. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You need to find you a guy.
No, that is not research. That is not research.
You want to find out about a 40-year-old guy's virility?
No, that's too small of a pool. You have to actually go and look at research documents
But what does that matter? I mean, isn't it just about finding a guy that can keep up with you?
Well, I don't think at this age, I'm not really worried about the sexual aspect of a relationship. I'm more so concerned about the actual intellectual benefits and other things that he brings to the table.
So you could be with a guy and just not have sex with him ever?
No, see, you're going from one extreme to the next.
No,
having a lot of sex.
I'm gonna come up to the middle.
No. I will have to have sex with him. Otherwise, I could be with a female. So what to be with a male? I'm not gonna feel his penis.
Yeah.
I gotta feel his penis.
Okay. There's toys.
Preferably rock hard. No, it's nothing the same. I don't like toys.
Yeah,
I don't
either.
like toys.
I used to date somebody that used to bring a toy and I'm like, I got one of those. Why are we bringing a second one?
There's reasons for that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, she brought it out of a trunk.
There's reasons for that.
I was like,
you just carry this with you? Is that what we do? Travel around with it?
No, we were at her place and
it's in her trunk.
In a trunk.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, in a trunk.
In a trunk. Yeah.
Okay.
And we were sitting there. We were getting amorous. And she was like, hold on, wait. I was like, what's up? She just whipped it out and it was floppy. It's like, all right. And I was like, and I actually said that to her, but I got one of those. And she was like, yeah, but you know. So of course we still did it, but because I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna waste this boner.
We're not gonna waste it.
You don't waste boners at this age.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying.
You don't waste these things.
Right. You know, if that thing comes up, you know, there's a procedure to get it back down. So, but yeah, I mean, off. Yeah, we still did that thing, but I told her no. Afterwards, that is unacceptable.
You almost made me lose this.
Yeah.
You almost ruined the whole entire moment.
Yeah, don't bring more sand to the beach.
Yeah,
More sand you need.
We don't need a sword fight.
We don't. So, anything else you want to say on that as far as... I do think that women try and control the relationship, though, and I think that they do it through rationing, and
it work? Because
does what work?
Rationing it, does it work? Them trying to control it, does it actually work?
Well, think of it. It's not so much about whether or not it works or not. It's disingenuous. It is you're playing dirty politics because you're in a committed relationship with somebody. You've committed to them. Whether it's a long-term relationship, clock's right there. Long-term relationship.
I don't see it.
Or a marriage. You've committed to that person. And then that person all of a sudden just starts withholding sex. That is a brutal thing to do to somebody who's pledged their life to you, who said that they're not going to sleep with somebody else. You put them in a state of, well, what do I have to do to get this? Because I need this in my life.
Is it sex or intimacy? Because there's different forms of intimacy. And of course, if you're probably not getting sex, they're
withholding sex because they're probably thinking they're not getting intimacy.
Oh, well, it's not withholding. It's the fact that I don't feel sexy. I don't feel that we are in a progressive place for us to engage in any kind of erotic, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not making me feel wet, then why do I have to lube up just because you want to get pleased? Jack off. You're not going to jack off inside of me. Like, right. Now I'm not there.
Think about that statement right there. Think about what you just said. If you're not getting me in there, why is it always on the guy to get her together?
Same thing as it's on the girl to get him hard. So if you're hard, then I'm doing something right.
No.
Oh, so then that's the point then. Just because you're physically erect, all of a sudden you think, oh, somebody got to hold it.
No, I don't necessarily have to be erect, but...
Or because you're in the mood, somebody has to do something with that. No, it takes something more than that. You have to get to a certain place. It's not just...
So it's the guy, you think it's the guy's responsibility?
If that's what he wants. If he wants this act to happen, then it is his responsibility to engage in whatever actions are going to help this happen.
And if he makes advances or tries to do that, and she still shuns him.
But it's not about advances. The fact is, there is something lacking there. If she does not feel like being intimate with this individual,
right,
her husband, at this point in time, there is something lacking, whether it's communication or whether it's infection, whether it's help.
Right. But at that point now, if he tries to make advances, if he tries to get her in the mood, if he tries to get her together, and she still denies him, but doesn't tell him why,
then that's a lack of communication.
That's on her, though.
Okay. But I wouldn't say that she's withholding to punish him.
She is at that point.
No, she's not withholding to punish him. She's withholding because this is not where they are in the place. They're not at that place just because you're there.
But the reason they're not there is because she's not communicating. It's not a lack of communication for the couple. It's a lack of communication from her.
Tomato, sure. It's not. She's not communicating.
Well, no.
Fine.
If she is the cause of the withholding, she's still the one withholding. Do you understand my point there?
No, she's not withholding. She's not saying, you know what, I am going to purposely not give him no cookies because I know he wants cookies. No, she's saying, hey, I know he wants cookies, but I can't bake right now.
Okay.
I'm not in the physical space.
Then what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her letting him know why she's not in the mood?
No, she should say that. Yeah, I
right.
agree.
That's what I'm talking about.
But you still can't put the moniker. You can't put the tag on it saying that she's withholding because she's not communicating effectively. No, it's the fact it's still not withholding. And yes, he's not getting any, but it's not withholding. It's the fact that she's not in the right space, but also she's not communicating that with him.
Right.
So that's her problem with not communicating, but she's not withholding.
But if she's not in the right space, and he's asking her, because I'm sure he's going to ask her what's wrong. Mm-hmm. Right? If he makes advances towards her and she's like, nah, and he's like, oh, babe, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing.
That's poor communication, not withholding.
So you think that withholding is a specific act where she's thinking, going to withhold.
If she is saying, I know he wants cookies, I'm not giving him any cookies, that's that, because I just don't want to give him none, versus I'm not giving him cookies because of this other issues that are happening right now that I'm not communicating to him properly. That's ineffective communication, period.
Okay.
That's just what it is.
So
but
what does the guy do with that?
I don't know. I can't tell you what to do.
No, but I'm saying if he's making advances, if he's trying to be amorous, if he's trying to get her in the mood,
he has to figure out. He's got to get her to talk. Figure out how to get her to communicate.
Okay, so is that the same way on the other side? If a guy is closed off emotionally, it's on her to figure it out?
Yeah, she has to figure it out. I think it's equal opportunity there in that case, but I would never say that she's controlling the relationship because he's feeling physical and she's not feeling physical. That's not her controlling the relationship with that. She's not using the cookies. She's just not in that space. She's not feeling it.
Yeah. But so you don't think that there are women that are rationing out the cookies?
I don't know them hoes.
Yeah, it is. There are women out there that do that.
I'm sure there's 1 or 2, 3, whatever, however many. But
you have such a high opinion of women.
I do
and
not.
Such a low opinion of dudes.
I always cape for the men. I always do. I definitely believe that the men have the short end of the stick in every aspect of just society in general.
Sure.
But the bottom line is, you come with me with this fugazi story. Now all of a sudden I'm supposed to say, yeah, no, I cape for y'all for every other thing. This right here, no sir. Just because you're ready and she's not, that means she's withholding. Because no, she's not withholding. She don't feel like it.
Okay,
that's not withholding. So on the other end, you would rather her, just because you're in the mood, she's not in the mood, she should just give it to you freely. Now what fun is that?
I don't know if I agree with that, but I don't think that it should be acceptable to just say nah and not give an answer. Now, look, from time to time, you're just not in the mood. For whatever reason, you're just not in the mood. But I don't think it's acceptable to just consistently just not be in the mood without some type of communication, without some type of reason.
That's fine. Still not withholding. But that's fine.
I think that a prolonged thought process of not giving it up, not being amorous, and not communicating, you're withholding. I think that the longer you don't communicate and you don't perform, and I'm saying perform in the sense of, I don't, just lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But you don't perform and you don't communicate why you're not performing, you're closing off. And that's withholding.
Okay, this is it.
I've told you on many occasions, your job comes second to this podcast.
I know. I don't want to ruin this podcast with my full-time job. All right. This is Bits.
Bits.
You better cut that out. You better not. Don't you dare do that one. You understand? Do not use that.
The more you tell me don't do it, the more likely it's.
I'm trying to make it so horrible that you do not use it.
Oh, I can cut this part out.
Oh, don't do the other part.
I can cut this.
This
part
is
out.
Betsy from BeThatWay.